Yes, this is Canva, not really macOS, but I still made a full tutorial for all you Mac users using Canva animations, pure determination, and a vague memory of what terminal is going to look like. So I'm going to show you how to move the entire Sims 4 game using the new EA app because, let's be honest, it's been needing to be done for a while. Alright, before we dive into this, I've actually got a special guest here today. Please welcome Fauna. She's basically the guardian angel of this tutorial, and she's here to make sure you don't miss a single step.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Alex. I'm so happy to be here. And honestly, I'm even happier to help you not completely wreck your game while following along. Okay, here's the deal. If you're on Mac, this video is absolutely made for you. Alex went, let's just say, above and beyond to recreate macOS with Canva animations. So even though it looks a little weird, it is accurate and it will get the job done.
Yeah. Canva macOS is a vibe. We're making it work.
Exactly. So here are the big things you need to know before you start. Please watch this video at least twice. You'll need an external drive, and we're going to erase your drive at one point.
See, this is why I needed Fauna here. I'd have just said, grab a drive and let's go, and left you crying in disk utility.
One last thing. This is a step-by-step guide. No fluff, no just reinstall the game nonsense. Alex is walking you through exactly how to move The Sims 4 with the EA app the right way without breaking anything. So stick around until the end because not only will you have your game running from your external drive, but there's also a little surprise waiting for you if you do.
And you wonder why I had to get her on here. She's better at explaining this than I am. So if you're not already following Fauna, by the way, her links are down in the description. Go check her out. She's really awesome.
Oh, thank you. All right, enough from me. Alex, take it away.
Thanks a bajillion, Fauna. Stick around until the end for a very rare opportunity to get a special surprise directly from me to you. Alright, I want to let you in on something real for a sec. If you want to skip this part, just jump ahead and don't be rude in the comments. Thanks. I wanted to help you actually see how to move The Sims 4 using the EA app without skipping steps, without guessing, and without it being some vague just reinstall the game nonsense. So I thought, easy. I'll just spin up macOS on a virtual machine and record it properly. Spoiler alert, that did not go well. So first, I tried updating this dusty, crusty, musty 2010 MacBook Air I have lying around. Yeah, it turns out you can't put the latest macOS on it. The current one's called Sonoma, by the way. That was news to me. So when I went full tech mode, okay, I'll just install macOS inside VirtualBox easy. Dude, no, not even. I went through like 20 tutorials, each one slightly more cursed than the last. Editing VirtualBox commands, trying to convert ISO images, which, by the way, aren't really even available for this kind of thing, and just struggling AF because this isn't something an average guide does on the weekend. And half the time, the guides would just stop being helpful, like, what do I do if I get this guru meditation, man? Eventually, I just sat there surrounded by broken installs and boot loops thinking, am I really doing this just to show someone how to move a game folder? And honestly, that's when I had a moment. I thought, forget this. If I have to recreate macOS using finger puppets and Canva, I'll do it. Because I still want you to know how to do this even if I don't have a Mac in front of me. And that's where this weird idea came from. I started messing around in Canva, dragging in some icons, recreating the what would happen if you click on this whole thing from memory, and I was like, wait, this might actually work? And now you're watching the end result. It's a little atrocious, yeah, but it's all here to help you move your game without breaking it or re-downloading it 20 or so many gigs. And if you stick around, I'll show you exactly how to do it the right way step by step. No VirtualBox, no boot errors, just solutions, and a few Canva jokes. So let's do this. The first part of this is going to be how to move the stuff inside your documents folder onto your external and link it to where it pulls the veil over the Sims 4's eyes, tricking it into thinking it's running on your external drive. And I'm sorry, guys, this is what we're working with. So to start, go ahead and grab your really small Sandisk Extreme 1 terabyte portable SSD. Nah, I'm just kidding. Just grab your external, but if it's not the Sandisk, I'll link it below for you. Just keep in mind that your game is going to run super slow if you're not using like an SSD or if you're using like a Western Digital MyBook or some 1 terabyte Seagate external HD. And it might take a really, really long time to load, even causing you to think that it's not even opening at all. Once it's plugged in, unless I don't remember correctly, it's going to pop up on your desktop with your drive name. This next section is going to clean the drive, removing everything you have on it. If you don't want to do this, that's technically okay given the fact that the drive is formatted as either macOS Extended or APFS. You'll see that later. If it's not formatted like this, and you cannot sacrifice any data from it, I would recommend purchasing a new drive using the links below. Now, open your Spotlight search or hit these two keys together like a pro, Command and Space. You'll get this search bar. Now type in Disk Utility and hit Enter if your first result looks like this app. If it's not the first result, just click on the one that has the Disk Utility app icon. The app should appear, and in the section below External, you should see your drive's name appear. Go ahead and click on it. We'll just block this over here out and quote unquote highlight extra disk space. Oh, and once you click on it, check out the top row. There should be an erase button. Click that sucker. Hopefully you'll get a pop-up like this. If you want, go ahead and rename your drive to something like, something Simsy or something like that. This is for the game or games in general. Under Format, make sure APFS or Mac OS Extended are selected. Also, for anybody who's very curious, I'm actually down sick with a little bit of something I don't know what. So just ignore this tutorial if it sounds like it's not my usual peppy voice. And finally, check to make sure the GUID partition map is set on the scheme. Again, just a reminder, this is going to remove all of your data, so please put it on another computer if you absolutely can't afford to lose it, or purchase another drive from the description below. Now, click Erase. It could take a few seconds depending on how fast your Mac is, but generally, you'll be greeted with an Operation Successful with a Done button in a window. Click it. Now you can close the Disk Utility window. Now go ahead and open the Spotlight search again or hit the Command and Spacebar together again and type in Terminal. Click the Terminal.app or Open Terminal options in the search that appear. You'll get this pretty intimidating black window with all white text, but don't worry at all. I'm going to walk you through this like a pro, and even if you've never even touched this horrendous black box, you're going to be so happy after you've done this. Now, I know for some of you, even opening the scary black box is already a deal breaker. Totally fair. If that's you, I actually offer a one-on-one subscription service where I can literally handle this for you, whether you're on Windows or Mac. The link's in the description if you'd rather skip the stress and have me get your game running directly. Now check out this commercial. As awesome as I look these days, magically whipping people's computers' data into organized folders, instantly creating symbolic links, and even doing this on Mac OS machines, this was not always the case. See, to tell you the truth, before I even started this channel, I had no idea how to run this command. And more embarrassingly, I ran into so many errors for months trying to get it to where it would even become the slightest bit understandable for me to even learn it. This is essentially what started this channel, and why I say don't feel embarrassed is because you might not have even been like I was at the time. I had already had 7 or 8 years of tech and programming knowledge at my grasp, and this seemingly simple task was absolutely bewildering to me. And even once I learned it, I still was having a hard time wondering how I could even demonstrate this to other people. So please don't feel frustrated if it doesn't work for you the first time. It didn't work for me for like the first time, the second time, the 50th time. I mean, this was literally the savior for how to move the Sims 4 game off of my dinosaur of a computer, and I couldn't even get it going. So don't feel discouraged. This story I just gave you is most of the reason why I offer my services for doing this for you. See, it's very important for me that you don't waste time doing things. Time is valuable to everyone, and whether or not you have a family you'd like to be with, dogs you'd like to be running around the park, or worst case scenario, you have a Sims install that has been dead in the water since you first opened it 7 years ago, and the thought of it makes you want to cry because you miss it so much. So please do not hesitate to check out the links in the description for getting the help you really need to have a better life. Because if you're wasting time doing this, that's time elsewhere you're missing out on when you could be doing more impactful things with your loved ones. Now, open a Finder window by just clicking on the icon in the dock. Hopefully it's there for you, or you'll have to use either Siri or Spotlight to search it. After the window appears, pop open a second Finder by right-clicking the Finder icon and selecting New Finder Window. So here, we'll adjust all of our windows to make everything pretty and organized. It'll look something like this. Take your terminal window and resize it so it kind of fits in the top left corner. Then take one of the Finder windows and put it in the top right corner. And then finally take the last Finder window and put it in the bottom right open space. Now, in the top right window, open your Documents location. Here, you should now see the Electronic Arts folder location. That's all for this window. In the bottom right-hand window, go ahead and open your Something Simsy, or whatever you called it, drive. Since it's actually blank, you should be able to right-click in the white space and create a new folder. We'll be using this to separate the game data from the game installation later so that this is all clean and tidy for you. Right-click and rename the folder that appears to Game Data and hit Enter to seal the deal. Now, double-click to open the game data folder you just created. This should be blank since it's new. Now, in the intimidating terminal window, type the following: ln space -s, and then hit the spacebar to put a space at the end of the command you're typing. It should look something similar to this, hopefully. Now, this is why the window placement is important. Grab the Electronic Arts from the top right window and drag it into the open space on the bottom right window. This will begin copying the files onto your external drive. Now, take that folder that we just finished copying and drag it from the bottom right window to the terminal and release your mouse. It's going to literally populate this whole string of stuff completely for you. This is why I recommend moving the windows like this. After it's put all the text, just be sure to add a space at the end. It's better to have too many spaces than to be missing one in the first place. Now, drag and release the Electronic Arts folder from the top right window into the terminal window too. It's going to fill in everything we actually need to finish the command. And yes, for those of you who want to move the Sims 4 folder inside the Electronic Arts folder so that you can keep your other games off the external drive, that's totally fine. Just follow these same steps with the dragging dropping sequence and you should be okay. Do not hit enter yet. This is actually pretty crucial because if you do, you'll get a ln : your folder name : file exists error. No cap. This happens because you have both Electronic Arts folders in both the separate locations, and we've got to delete the one in the top right window. So let's go back a little bit. Whoop whoop. Drag and loop the whoop, the whoop the loop. What the hell? Whoop the whoop. Whoop whoop. Drag and loop the whoop the whoop. Loop the whoop whoop doof shoo doop doop whoop. Whoop whoop. The Electronic Arts folder straight to your recycle bin to clear space for the new symbolic link we're making. Sounds technical, doesn't it? So once you remove that extra Electronic Arts folder, then you can hit the Enter key. When it gives you the next line with absolutely no input, that's when you know you did it right. Kinda strange how it doesn't do like Windows and actually tells you where the link was created and that it even was created. But anyway, immediately afterward, you'll see the Electronic Arts folder appear in your upper right-hand window, but this time with a shortcut icon on it. That's super, super important. So be sure that happens before moving on. So now we're on to moving the entire game install. This is quite a bit different than moving the game data and is entirely separate. So first, go ahead and open a Finder window. Using the upper hand menu, click Go and then go to Computer. This is going to open up Finder straight to your internal hard drive. It should be labeled Macintosh HD, at least I think it still is anyways. Go into that folder and look for your users folder. Go into that folder and then find your username. It's usually easy to recognize because it has a little house icon on it. Then open your applications folder. I know, it seems like you could just open the applications folder directly, but this is actually particular to your account. I'm so sorry. The applications on the sidebar is installed on the entire computer, not your account. So inside of here, you should see The Sims 4 and The Sims 4 packs. There may be lots of other folders in here, so if you have to use the search at the top right, feel free. Now you're going to have to highlight the two files and right-click them. We're going to copy these files by right-clicking on them. Now go to your external. If you named it something Simsy, then kudos to you. Good job. Inside this folder, right-click in the blank space and create a new folder. Right-click that folder and rename it. We're going to call this Game Installs. Now go into that folder. Go ahead and right-click in the empty space and paste your files here. Wait for it to finish. Quick note here, everyone, that the speed that this copies to your external drive is going to be dependent on whether or not you have an SSD or an HDD, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video. If it says it's going to take hours instead of minutes or worse, multiples of days, this is bad. This is just the game install, and it won't even come close to the size of many of you guys' mods folders. So watch out for that. And if you have any questions, feel free to always post those in the comments. Once it finishes copying and pasting into the folder, go ahead and minimize this window. Open the Spotlight search or Siri and type EA app. Click it to open it. Go into the app settings by clicking the EA app menu and going to settings. You'll go to the Downloads tab and click on Edit next to Install Location. In this window, you can go ahead and head over to your external drive, maybe called something Simsy by now, and go into your Game Installs folder we created earlier. You'll see both The Sims 4 and The Sims 4 packs in this folder. That's when you know you're selecting the right folder because it contains both of these. Click Open on this folder to continue. Now your location should read something similar to this: /volumes/something simsy/game installs. Now we're almost done. Close this window now and open a Finder window. In the top bar, click the Go option. Select Computer in the drop-down. Go to the Macintosh HD, then Users, then your username, whatever that appears to be here, and then Applications. If, and I mean big if here, your game had finished copying and pasting to the external drive, then go ahead and select both The Sims 4 and The Sims 4 packs and loop-de-loop-de-whoop-de-doo them into the trash for cleanup. Now, hopefully, you should be able to open the EA app and play your Sims 4, but beware that when you try to open the game for the first time, there's a really long verification process that shows up and make sure all of the files are there. Just wait for that to finish and make sure that if you see this pop up here saying The Sims 4 would like to access files on a removable volume, that you click OK. If you click Don't Allow, you're going to run into trouble, and that's going to make your life suck a lot harder. So be sure to hit OK. Now you should be able to play your game on your external drive, and hey, if you tried this and something still isn't working, don't stress. That's exactly why I set up my Sims 4 diagnostic subscription. It's basically one-on-one help with me where I can dig into your setup, whether you're on Mac or Windows, and get everything running for you. If you need that extra hand, the link's in the description. Be sure to enter "Thanks for watching" to get 40% off your first month service. That drops the price down to $11.99 for that first month, even lower than the discounts I have available on Patreon. I can't wait to see you on the other side. Oh, and if you're curious about that extra special surprise, this is that moment. For anyone who manages to do a full screen recording of every step of this video and even show parts I might have messed up, I would love to work with you. If we work together, you can get your first 2 months of Sims 4 help for free. This could go even further with even more months of free stuff in the future for those of you who would really like to help the channel and even work with me for other screen recordings for Mac-specific users. My email will be in the description below. Please reach out if you are absolutely serious about working with me on this offer. Thank you so much for being an amazing viewer. Until next time.